Welcome to Immortal Narratives, where we explore the hidden connections and epic worlds of fantasy and cultivation stories. Most people think Soul Land is just one story. But what if I told you it's actually part of a massive shared universe, created by Tang Jia San Shao? From Soul Land to Throne of Seal, Peerless Tang Sect, Land of Miracles, and beyond, every protagonist is connected in one divine realm. Tang Jia San Shao, often called the godfather of Chinese web novels, wrote all these stories and cleverly tied them together through something known as the God Realm. Today we're going to uncover how it all fits together. Soul Land. We begin with Soul Land, also known as Douluo Dalu, the story that started it all and laid the foundation for Tang Jia San Shao's entire multiverse. Our protagonist, Tang San, begins as a genius disciple of the Tang Sect. After his untimely death, he is reborn into the Douluo continent, a world where people awaken martial spirits that define their path of cultivation. At first, Tang San's spirit seems weak, just the humble blue-silver grass. But armed with his intelligence, secret Tang Sect techniques, and later the awakening of his second spirit, the legendary Clear Sky Hammer, he rises step by step. Through countless trials, Tang San transforms from an underdog into the leader of the Shrek Seven Devils, battling spirit beasts, powerful sects, and even the fearsome Spirit Hall. And here's a fun little detail. Tang San actually shares part of his name with the author himself, Tang Jia San Shao. It's almost as if the author placed a piece of himself inside this very first protagonist, hinting at how central Tang San would be in shaping this grand universe. But what makes Soul Land truly special isn't just Tang San's victories. It's where his journey ultimately leads. By inheriting the powers of the Sea God and later the Asura God, Tang San doesn't just protect his world. He ascends to godhood, becoming a first-class god and later a divine ruler in the God Realm. This moment marks the true beginning of Tang Jia San Shao's interconnected universe. Because from Tang San's ascension onward, every new story and every new hero will eventually tie back to the same divine stage, the God Realm. Soul Land 2, Peerless Tang Sect. After Tang San's ascension to the God Realm, his legacy doesn't vanish. It lives on in the next generation, in Soul Land 2, the unrivaled Tang Sect, also known as Peerless Tang Sect. Here we meet Huo Yuhao, a boy born with weak talent, looked down upon by everyone, until fate connects him to Tang San's inheritance. Huo Yuhao not only revives the Tang Sect, but also inherits guidance from Tang San himself, who now watches over as a god. In fact, Yuhao eventually receives the Asura god's recognition, the same divine path that Tang San once walked. But the web of connections goes even deeper. Yuhao's greatest teacher is a mysterious soul spirit named Yilai Kc, or Electro Lux. He appears first in Soul Land 2, but his true identity makes him one of the most important links in Tang Jia San Shao's multiverse. Why? Because Electrolux is also the master of Long Haochen, the protagonist of Throne of Seal. That means Huo Yuhao and Long Haochen share the same teacher, proving that Soul Land and Throne of Seal are directly connected in the larger universe. And recently, fans even got to see Electrolux in action in the Throne of Seal the movie, The Crownless God, giving us a glimpse of how Tang Jia San Shao's worlds overlap. Throne of Seal. Now we step into another world. Throne of Seal, also known as Shen Yin Wang Zuo. The story follows Long Haochen, a young knight blessed with extraordinary talent and a pure heart. His path may seem different from Tang San or Huo Yuhao, but the hidden connection is revealed through his master. Long Haochen is trained by none other than Yilai Kc, Electrolux. Yes, the very same mysterious soul spirit who guided Huo Yuhao in Soul Land 2. This single character bridges both universes, proving that Tang Jia San Shao designed his worlds to overlap from the very beginning. Haochen rises to become the divine knight of glory, chosen by the light god. His battles against demons and his unwavering sacrifices echo the same divine principles that exist in the God Realm. Although his ascension to godhood has never been directly confirmed in Soul Land 3.5 or the Great God Circle, the shared mentor and divine parallels suggest that Long Haochen's journey is very much a part of Tang Jia San Shao's interconnected universe. This is the genius of his storytelling. different novels, different worlds, but always threads that tie them to the same divine destiny. The Magic Chef of Ice and Fire. Another of Tang Jia San Shao's beloved works is The Magic Chef of Ice and Fire. Here the protagonist is Rong Nianbing, a genius who controls both fire and ice, using them not just in battle, but in his culinary art. At first it feels like a completely different story. But once again, Tang Jia San Shao connects him to the greater universe. Rong Nianbing eventually ascends to become a first-class god, taking the title of the God of Emotions. His growth doesn't stop there. He rises even higher to become a god king and a key member of the divine council in the Great God Circle, the governing body of the god realm. And here's where the multiverse connection becomes crystal clear. Rong Nianbing later takes on Huo Yuhao from Soul Land 2 as his disciple. That means Yuhao, who already inherited Tang San's legacy, also receives guidance from Nianbing, one of the most powerful figures in the god realm. Through Rong Nianbing, the Magic Chef of Ice and Fire firmly ties into Soul Land's divine hierarchy, showing once again that all of Tang Jia San Shao's worlds lead to the same god realm. The Land of Miracles, expanding the divine legacy. The universe of Tang Jia San Shao doesn't stop with Tang San, Huo Yuhao Long Haochen, or even Rong Nianbing. His work, The Land of Miracles, continues the divine legacy, blending together new worlds while carrying forward the same core systems. One of the most important figures here is Huo Zhanji, the son of Huo Yuhao from Soul Land 2. Zhanji grows up with both spirit power and soul power, bridging the techniques of his father's world with the evolving divine systems of the new era. Zhanji becomes an inspiration and an idol for other protagonists, like Tang Yun King, the main character of Shenlin Qiyu, Sea Dragon Pearl, and Fa Hua, the main character of Shenlin Qiyu, Unparalleled Pearl. These stories show how Tang Jia San Shao expands the multiverse beyond just Soul Land, introducing new heroes, new adventures, but always keeping them tied back to the foundations: the God Realm, Soul Power, Spirit Power, and the legacies of Tang San and Huo Yuhao. Through the Land of Miracles, we see how Tang Jia San Shao's interconnected world keeps evolving, generation after generation. He shared universe, the God Realm, and the Great God Circle. All of these connections eventually lead us to the ultimate truth: Tang Jia San Shao's God Realm, ruled by the Great God Circle. Even if some of these stories haven't yet been adapted into Donghua, their manhua and novels confirm it. Every one of his protagonists rises to godhood and becomes part of the same divine council. The Great God Circle is made up of powerful gods from across all of Tang Jia San Shao's works: Changgong Wei, the Child of Light; Dai, the kind death god; Tian Hen, the star-traveling hero of space speed Star Mark; Lei Xiang, the fierce warrior from Mad God; Ye Yinzhu, the Zither Emperor; Hai Long from Only I Shall Be Immortal. And of course, familiar names like Tang San, Huo Yuhao, Rong Nianbing, and many more. Together they form the Divine Council, ruling over the God Realm and uniting every timeline and every world created by Tang Jia San Shao. In Soul Land 3.5, these connections are directly mentioned, proving that all of Tang Jia San Shao's worlds, no matter how different, belong to the same universe. So in the end, the journey of each main character is not just about their own world, but about joining a greater destiny, the destiny of the God Realm. So now we can see it clearly. Tang Jia San Shao didn't just write separate novels. He carefully built a shared universe where every main character, whether from Soul Land, Throne of Seal, Magic Chef of Ice and Fire, Land of Miracles, or even less-known works like Zither Emperor and Child of Light, eventually reaches the same destination: the God Realm. From Tang San's first steps as a spirit master, to Huo Yuhao's journey, to Long Haochen's sacrifice, to Rong Nianbing's rise as a god king, and all the way to Huo Zhanji and the future generations, every story is another piece of this giant puzzle. And the ultimate stage of all these tales is the Great God Circle, where all these heroes stand together as gods, shaping the fate of countless worlds. The most exciting part? Many of these works still don't have a Donghua adaptation yet. That means in the future, we may see Child of Light, Zither Emperor, Mad God, or even Only I Shall Be Immortal animated and connected on screen, bringing this grand multiverse to life for everyone. So next time you watch Soul Land or Throne of Steel, remember, you're not just watching one story. You're witnessing a piece of Tang Jia San Shao's ever-growing multiverse of gods.